Chapter 9. It was soccer, but not soccer like Gavin Harris had known or experienced for a good few years. He smiled and shook his head as he watched. Gavin had grown accustomed to the ultimate in luxury during his time at Real Madrid, on the field, in the changing rooms, throughout the club, and even at the training ground. The Bernabeu field was perfectly manicured and a delight to play on. The changing rooms were the ultimate in comfort, with everything from gold-plated sinks to the state-of-the-art treatment facilities. All around the stadium there was style and comfort. Even the training grounds were better than a lot of top-flight playing surfaces in the world. But all that was behind Gavin now, for the time being at least. Being boss of a Spanish Segunda B side was another world, a million miles from the Champions League and champagne lifestyle at Real Madrid. At Bardenas FC there was a new and compact little stadium, a generous and committed club owner, a small but enthusiastic group of players, and a loyal fan base, all 8,000 or 9,000 of them. But Gavin knew there could be many more if the club succeeded and continued to grow. What Bardenas FC didn't have was multi-million euro sponsorship, even more media money, a massive coaching and backroom staff, some of the world's top players, and a fan base that stretched from Madrid to every corner of the globe. But Gavin didn't care. He was having the time of his life in northern Spain. It was back to basics. It had to be, because there was little money to spare. Gavin was manager and chief coach, but was happy to roll up his sleeves and help out with any little job around the club, from answering the telephones to laying out the players' kits before a home match. On one occasion, he'd even marked out the field when the groundsman took the day off to attend a niece's wedding. And Gavin was not only loving every minute of his new job, he was getting noticed as potential major club manager of the future. Bardenas FC continued to challenge for promotion playoff place and was still in the Copa del Rey, Spain's Premier Cup competition, making it all the way through to the round of 16 and a chance to face one of the big guns from La Liga. But Bardenas FC was facing an injury crisis of its own, and with a very few small playing staff, Gavin was out and about another one of his roles, chief scout, looking for new and undiscovered talent. He had a tip about a young and promising winger who was playing at a lower level but who was reckoned to be an undiscovered gem, missed or ignored by the scouts from the big clubs. It was a Saturday afternoon and Gavin was standing on the touchline, one of a crowd of no more than 300. It was cold. Spain can get cold in the winter, especially in the north, and Gavin was wrapped in his overcoat. His girlfriend, Luisa, had accompanied him to the trip. She had one arm linked through Gavin's as they watched the match. The standard of soccer being played ranged from below average to pretty awful. It was obvious why most of his guys were performing at this level. There was a lot of kick and rush, long balls, high balls, miskicked balls, and downright bad balls. But there were very few good balls and very little finesse. There was only one exception, the guy Gavin had come to watch. The tip had been spot on. The youngster had talent, raw talent for sure. But it was all there. And on top of that, he had blistering pace. He was giving the fullback and the entire opposition defense the total runaround. The only thing missing was the final ball. His delivery was wayward to say the least, with maybe 4 out of 5 crosses going anywhere but where they should, into the box to threaten the back line and the goalie. But that was something Gavin knew he could work on and improve. There was one other problem with the young player. He was small, not very tall, and quite slight. Gavin was deep in thought. He nodded as he watched the winger nutmeg a defender and then race on toward the goal. All right, he's small, but being small hasn't stopped Aaron Lennon or Sean Wright-Phillips, has it? Louisa looked at him. Who? 2 English players, darling, said Gavin with a smile. They're small, like a friend out there, but they're good, very good, and he could be too. You want to sign him then? Asked Louisa. The winger sent it across, and this time it was perfect, only for the lumbering center forward to leap up and miss his header by a mile, not even making contact with the ball. Gavin smiled. You bet I want to sign him. End of chapter 9.